Ultragear gaming monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 2, powered by AMD, and our media partner is AFK Gaming. This is the second half of the quarterfinals in the lower brackets, and we have GODPARTICLES versus Team Villainous. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster today, and joining me is CA, caster and analyst. How are you feeling about this matchup, CA?
Excited for this because I think both teams coming into this matchup, they know exactly where to stay. GODPARTICLES, only yesterday we saw them go down against Noble Esports to make it to the lower bracket. Team Villainous, on the other hand, they've already put up one match in the lower losers bracket, so now they're just trying to make their way up. I think I'm really interested in the way both teams will approach this, because coming into this game, I think Team Villainous on a better streak in general, but GODPARTICLES is the more consistent factor for me.
Indeed, let's move over into the map screen and look at what maps we have in store. Now, earlier today, we did watch the game between SANE Rebellious Gaming and TSF Gaming, where unfortunately SANE Rebellious got knocked out and TSF made it over. But this is the exact same 3 map picks in the same order for GODPARTICLES and Team Villainous. So this is going to be pretty cool. Now, Ascent was picked on the side of Team Villainous, and Bind was picked by GODPARTICLES. And if we do go into a third map, it will be Haven. So looking at Ascent, we have seen GODPARTICLES completely thrive on this map. They are no strangers to this. Team Villainous, they know how to work around this map. And both these teams made it into the top 8 last series. GODPARTICLES in 4th place and Team Villainous, I believe, in about 7th place. So both these teams, they are fighting for the top spot, and they understand that it's pretty, it's going to be a pretty close fight.
Yeah, definitely. I think the really interesting aspect of this is the first map, because yesterday we saw GODPARTICLES go up against Team Villainous on Bind and Ascent, and they looked much better on Bind than they did Ascent. So they have to make sure that they do not go down in the same way against Team Villainous as they did yesterday on Ascent, because this is the map where they have to sort of clean up the few mistakes they made. Now though, you see the push coming in from Team Villainous towards A site. Team Villainous on the attacking side in their home map, looking to push through. The compositions also I'm really interested in, because you see the breach on one side, but you see just the standard composition for Team Villainous. Garang though pushing in, gets 2 kills to start it off. 5v3 for Team Villainous as they take side control.
Indeed, Team Villainous on the side of attack looking really strong as they infiltrate the A side, get the plant off. But Mega Saiyajin, one of the members that we've always talked about, got benched before, but now he's in the main roster, just trying to bring it back. And Shivy finds a kill for himself on NXS. Quake, Amaya Saiyajin, 1-for-1 trade here. And it's a 2v1 situation, relatively similar, but Gorang, he's pretty low, and the plant is for a long. So this is a good position, but Amaya Saiyajin finds the 3rd kill. He'll be taken out by Doje, and the defuse is going, but Shivy gets the defuse off, and that first round is gonna go over to GODPARTICLES. So clutch this, CA.
I hope the entire series is as nail-biting as that ending to that round was, because that was so close. Shivy, he managed to get the defuse off, but
Weapon
it
here.
ends up going down. But the round still going over to GODPARTICLES will mean that they take the lead moving in. Now,
No more
as you
charges
mentioned, right, Amerisajin, definitely a player I'm gonna keep my eye on. As you said, he's improved so much from being benched to becoming a starting player to becoming one of their main starting players. Now using the Cypher, we've seen him a lot on the Killjoy, so a very controlled play style for him. Knight Rider now, you see them with the buys just popping right off, playing really aggressive down mid, getting multiple kills and then stepping right back with 2 HP left.
Amber CS coming in, picking up a kill on Dodge here. How do you pronounce Dodge? I'm gonna call him Dodge, but Quake finds a kill on Hoax. And there's gonna be 2 members left on the
One
side of
player
Team Villainous.
remaining.
GODPARTICLES with a very explosive entrance, granted that they do have the superior guns, and Shivy just wrapping it up. But the next round will be the true test between GODPARTICLES and Team Villainous. And I do think that the defenders are off to a great start considering that they didn't pick this map, but knowing the rich history behind GODPARTICLES, a very team-oriented set of players, a team that likes to work together, and Shivy just clutching that first round. Good job, Captain, because he is definitely leading his team into the right direction.
For sure. Now, you see, like, with the buys, Knight Rider just playing so aggressive down mid, it sort of feels like the entire team feeling much more comfortable than they did yesterday, so I'm really excited to see what they have learned from the first, from their matchup yesterday. You see the full buys, though, come out for Team Villainous now, and this is when they need to look to answer back, because losing this round would be extremely bad in terms of economy for them, considering the fact that GODPARTICLES, they really haven't invested from the second round. They're carrying forward the guns they already have, so that's the Bulldogs, the Spectres for GODPARTICLES. With that tiny weapon advantage, Team Villainous need to pull out the win this round.
You know, we often see Killjoy and Cypher on this map, but Gorank here, still on the Brimstone, he's just so comfortable with this pick. And Team Villainous, they are going to roll with that. Now, they do have kind of like a 2 controller, like, you know, two agents that are able to control a site with their smokes, with their abilities, and they're running the double duelist with 1 initiator. So Team Villainous very much ready on the side of attack, and they will be prepped once the side swap. But Knight Rider and Gorong go find a kill for themselves. That's going to be a double for Knight Rider. Quake somehow finds a kill with a shock dart, and Gorong chimes in. But that's going to be Amber CS just evening it out a little bit more. 2v2 situation. Amber
30
CS
seconds left.
teleports, just
Spike
going to
planted.
give off that audio cue to make Team Villainous feel a little bit confused as to where he could be exactly. But Amber CS and Amaya Sayajin, both of them just attacking from the same entrance. It's not the best idea, I would say, but they are still going to make it work. Now, Dark Cover just stops the push from long, but it seems like Quake wants to push in. And this is just gonna be really close, but dancing around one another. Amber CS and XS will find a kill, but that's gonna end up with a triple from Amber CS. 3rd round for GODPARTICLES, and like what you mentioned about the economy, Team Villainous will feel the strain here.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the fact that they're not able to pull through wins for themselves with the full buy, they have to go on the eco next round, and GODPARTICLES looking extremely strong. It's like they lost 13-2, I believe, on this map yesterday, and it's like that loss just sort of lit a fire in their belly. They're like, no, this is not what GODPARTICLES is supposed to be. They've gone back, they've reevaluated their strategy for this map, and they've come out with a bang. I mean, even though defensive side is a little bit easier on Ascent, the fact that they're able to just hold on the way they're doing shows a lot of progress for the team. And with multiple members of the team fragging out, you see Knight Rider now leading with 5 kills as he gets that opening kill. But Amarasai Jin and Ember not too far behind with 4, meaning every single member just popping right off. And Knight Rider, oh my god, he's got his op.
Knight Rider and the AWP, that's a deadly combo. Picking up those 2 kills there. Team Villainous, equal round, half buy kind of situation. We do see some ghosts, some sheriffs. It's going to be a hard one for them, but, you know, picking up a kill or 2, that's ultimately the goal. If they can get a spike plant off, that will be easy 300 credits on their end. But they're going to look for opportunity as time goes. Location has been revealed by the trap wire. NXS just going to back out a little bit as the paranoia tags him. Now, around the corner, there is the Omen. The cage comes up. NXS just retreating. But it seems like a backstab might just come. And Knight Rider finds the kill, so does Shivy. On Breach, dodge. Finds 2 kills on a Marshall. with a headshot, but Knight Rider, I am the superior one with the sniper rifle. 4K that round.
Somebody stop this guy. He got his operator. He's got 4 kills now. There's no stopping Knight Rider anymore. Knight Rider's just absolutely popping off because we've seen this from Knight Rider before. It's what we expect. We've talked about also off camera the conversation about how GODPARTICLES, they have this sort of X factor in Knight Rider where he's just sometimes absolutely pops off and just like dominates the entire game. I do wonder if we're gonna see somewhat of a game like that because 4-0 now in the favor of GODPARTICLES. Team Villainous really need to start pulling back, and this is the round for them to do that. This is their buy round. They have 4 out of 5 ultimates, so there has never been a better time for them to be able to do that. You see Knight Rider though pushing in aggressively with the operator. Oh my
Knight Rider.
Wow.
What? NXS on the jet as well. He has the op on hand. And he's ready. That's a brilliant skin, I must say, by NXS, looking for the pick-off just to get his team in a better position. Knight Rider, he has done his job pretty much, getting that 1 kill. Now, GODPARTICLES all have rotated onto A side. They figured what Team Villainous wants to do here. They could opt for the rotate, but the orbital strike rains down from Gorang as he picks up Amaya Saiyajin. And Shivy, he's on rafters, just awaiting for this attack. And Shivy has been flexing with these different picks. You know, you see him on all sorts of agents, and it seems like a trend here in Ultragear CV2. The IGLs are very ready to change up their agent picks because what is their job? Their job is to lead the team in the right direction, and if it requires them to fill in a specific spot to ensure that their teammates will be able to shine and follow his instruction, he's going to do exactly that. And that's going to be Shivy dropping out the flash onto site. He did do a ninja clutch. Gorang and Dodge both find kills. It's a 2v3 as GODPARTICLES find themselves in a tough spot. Gorang triple kill. Shivy's there to find one, but Dodge just wraps that up, and that's going to be the first round for Team Villainous.
Yeah, huge plays by Dodge and Gorang right there, just holding down either side of A side. Like Gorang under the rafters and Dodge from A long, just waiting and playing patiently, letting the rest of their team come to them, just able to clutch out that round. I did say like they need to do the clutch that round because losing another buy round and making it 5-0 would just basically like you would reach the point of no return in this stage of the tournament because the teams are so good at closing the map out. But now they're able to get a round for themselves. They can get full buys again this round. They have 3 ultimates. The Brimstone ultimate was used last round, so they have to just sort of start pulling the rounds back and looking for wins.
Knight Rider does it again with that kill onto Vision. They've got to be careful of him lurking in mid or A short. Those are the places that Knight Rider likes to station himself. This is going to be quick, putting out the drone just to get a little bit of information. Usually the Brimstone planning something, but Quake gets the tag, and there it is. Shivy's taken out. And this just opens up a window of opportunity for the attackers.
Now you see a full-on rotation coming out from Team Villainous as they made some noise. Quake got the kill, and now they're moving all the way over. It's 4v4 because Knight Rider was the one who got the opening kill onto Vision. And now Team Villainous, they're trying to make a push onto B, and this might be a really smart move if they're able to penetrate. But NXS, he goes a bit too early. None of his teammates nearby to back him up and gets taken down by Hoax. A bit too aggressive right there, giving away information about Team Villainous making the B push, allowing the rotations from GODPARTICLES. That might just cost them the entire round.
30 seconds left.
Now the spike will change its way. Dodge finds the kill on Amaya. And that just eases up the pressure that Team Villainous is probably feeling right now. 1-4. GODPARTICLES still has a pretty good lead over these attackers, and they are doing everything they can in their power to find that dominance. Now Amber does get a kill on the Gorang. Only 10 seconds left. Sight. The spike is on site, and it has been planted, but Hopes just comes in, sprays Quake down, and it's all down to Dodge to protect the spike. And there's a lot of time for GODPARTICLES to work with. He has to be smart. Finds Amber CS, but they've got the information. Those are some bouncing shock darts coming out, and Knight Rider picks up the kill, just dropping from rafters with an AWP shot. Really well done. And that is going to be GODPARTICLES with 5 rounds under their belt.
think while Dodge did really well to like towards the end of the map to try to like hold on, I think that round definitely at the hand of NXS. He really should not be peeking that early onto B without his teammates to back him up. Once his teammates are there and he peeks, even if he gets taken down, he can get traded out and allow his teammates to go get onto the site and plant the spike. But that doesn't happen. He gets traded out, forcing them to once again rotate from B to A and just giving away too much time to GODPARTICLES at that point. So Team Villainous now, once again, having lost that round, they need to look to pull something off. They're also short in terms of ultimates, whereas GODPARTICLES, they have 2. So on their eco round, Team Villainous, they need to pull off some sort of miracle right here. NXS, once again, looking to make the aggressive play down mid. But as you said, right, you have to keep like attention as to where Knight Rider is using his operator, because every single round he switches it up. Now he's all the way down B short looking for something.
Oh, dodge there! Connects that shot, but Shivy is quick to return the kill, and that's going to be a double for Shivy. Just pulling off a piece of defense there onto A shot. But Dodge, he's a pretty good, decent opper himself. But you know, Team Villainous not being able to take these rounds, he wouldn't be able to invest in an operator just yet. And there is the orbital strike raining down. Vision finds a kill for himself. It's a 3v3 situation. An equal round for Team Villainous, doing not too bad, but Knight Rider catches Gorang as the metal door takes a little bit too long to shut. And he thought he was safe, but not quite. You cannot escape the clutches of Gorang, and Vision spamming, picks up the kill on Knight Rider. That's the Avenge, and Shivy finds a multi-kill onto Vision. Last man standing on the side of Villainous is going to be Quake. And this is a tough ask, but the spike has been planted. It's just a matter of a retake from GODPARTICLES. If they coordinate this well, they will be able to do it. The flash does connect, but no follow-up there. Quake picks up the kill onto Shivy. 1v1, but Amaya Saiyajin ready to step in. Always there in the defense for GODPARTICLES. Great player. So happy that he is part of the main roster. And I don't think there's any plans for Amaya Saiyajin to be taking the backseat.
I mean, definitely. He's definitely making sure that if there are any, he's nipping them in the bud, because he plays Killjoy perfectly, now showing his proficiency with Cypher. But for me, the man of the show definitely is Shivy right now, because the way, like, I think we've talked about, like, many IGLs in their versatility. I think that comes with the sense that they need to understand not only their players, but also their players as agents and their role, and the fact that they have so much knowledge about the game in general enables their versatility. But 6-1 right now for GODPARTICLES. Team Villainous, I think they really need to switch something up. They've been playing this sort of slow pick-based style a lot, and it's not working out. You see Knight Rider getting the opening kill onto Doge. Like, just switching up his positioning, making it really unpredictable for Team Villainous. I think Team Villainous, they need to group up together and try to either hard force the site or, like, take mid control with the help of some brimstone smokes.
Revealing area.
Gotta find some more rounds before the side swap, only if they want to have a chance in map number 1. Villainous having picked this map and then kind of dropping the ball here is a little bit of, you know, a worry signal for themselves and their fans. But Hopes and Quake both find kills, 3v3 situation, and it seems like Team Villainous is keeping up a little bit more as they get the spike planted. Now they have made the investment into the weapons. Amaya Saiyajin just lingering around defender side spawn, finding that opportunity to kill as he waits for the rest of GODPARTICLES to make their way in. Now Shivy is still alive, he is breach, he could utilize his abilities, and there is the seismic blast, not gonna catch anyone, but that does make his position pretty known. Vision camping there, right in the hall, just waiting for the right time to show himself. Amaya Saiyajin on site, finds one, and then Shivy gonna take down Vision. It's a 1v1 situation, and NXS comes out on top, taking the second round for Team Villainous. Wow, NXS right to the end.
Yeah, like the fact that they just put 2 members down at the boathouse area, like behind the B site, holding on, dodging the seismic blast, so definitely like well played by them, being really, really patient. And this is what I meant, like Team Villainous, they need to just sort of switch up like what they're doing, in the sense that don't let like don't do the standard thing so God Particles can expect it and try to play around. NXS stepping up huge in terms of getting that 3K, getting that round win. They need at least, I would say, 2 to 3 more rounds in this half so that they can go into the defending side with a better chance of like pulling it back. Now 6-2, eco round for God Particles. This is a huge chance for Villainous to get the momentum going and get back-to-back rounds.
Indeed, Team Villainous is the type of team to kind of take their time and do things their way. We have noted that, you know, they're not really as fast in terms of reaction when it comes to, you know, really fast plays and whatnot. But I do hope to see Team Villainous improve in that aspect, being able to pull off really quick pushes, quick takeovers, and able to watch their backs and their angles. But that's going to be Vision picking up a kill as well as NXS. And Team Villainous pretty much knows what they are pretty much ready to do here. And last man standing is Shivy, and NXS cleans it up. Eco round for God Particles, but NXS there just came in with a bang.
Yeah, definitely. He's sort of starting to like make his way up the frag leaderboard now. But Knight Rider, that's who I'm looking at. 14 kills. That was the last round, was the eco round. We saw earlier his 4K with the operator. He's back on the operator, so they need to figure out a way to take Knight Rider down, like smoke out the exact position he's in. Right now he's at mid, so that would vibe in perfectly with the idea of taking mid control, smoke out mid, and try to push this operator player perhaps. But Villainous, they're just continuing their usual strategy. They smoke out mid, but they don't actually try to take mid control, essentially. They leave lurkers behind in either side to try to catch off picks before they commit to a particular site.
Now Knight Rider here, he's on mid duty with the operator, and the next person that is unlucky to face the wrath of Knight Rider. The accuracy from him is just so good. He has had some amazing highlights through this tournament, just connecting shots that look somewhat impossible with his flicks, multi-kills. He's very fast when it comes to, you know, playing with the AWP, even if there are like 2 or 3 members running towards him. He will pick up multi-kills on that particular weapon. Now, Team Villainous making their way through mid as Knight Rider did step back, and they are looking to take over B. Hopes finds a kill, so this Vision that leaves them even, but Quake drops the Hunter's Fury and takes down the Sova from the side of God Particles. And it's going to be a 3v4 situation. Knight Rider whiffing a few shots, and Amaya Sayajin chiming in, picking up dodge there. And 3v3. Slow but sure. Quake spots on the Omen, but Embassy as Knight Rider. That's going to be a double. We were just talking about this. Knight Rider on the AWP. He is so quick to get those multi-kills, and that is the beauty of him on the side of God Particles. So, you know, I do feel that, you know, Knight Rider does what he can with the AWP, and God Particles gives him that freedom, while the rest of, you know, the teammates, they're there for a more supportive role. And I really like it because it's mashing up very nicely. So that's going to be, you know, 7 rounds for God Particles and 3 for Villainous.
Definitely, I think the idea by Team Villainous there in that round, they slowly but surely take mid control, then they move into mid using the pressure from the Brimstone smoke, and then move into the B site. The issue with that was the fact that like Quake, even though he got a brilliant Hunter's Fury off, wasn't able to support his team in terms of guns while moving into that site, and they ended up like just being a man down in general. That besides the fact that Dodge just getting caught out by Amaya Jin, meant that Knight Rider getting the freedom despite whiffing those few shots to step back, take another like peek, and get the multiple kills that he was able to. Now Amaya Sajin getting a kill, but Dodger answering back onto his clone will mean it's 4v4 right now as Team Villainous looking to make it onto A side and take control, but all members of God Particles approaching right now, looking to make their stand in A side in this 11th round of the first half.
Now Shivy here spraying for his life. Want to find one, and there it is. He meets him, but hopes is there to back him up. Dodge falls, and that puts Team Villainous in a tough spot. God Particles just overall being more consistent with these rounds is something that Team Villainous has to aim to break. Now Vision and Hopes trading a kill. It's going to be a 2v2 now. Amber CS finds Gorang, and God Particles might just end this all as Hopes finds that triple. And an easy defuse for God Particles. 8-3. We're going to move into the last round before the swap.
This is not looking great
You
for
failed.
Team Villainous
That's me.
whatsoever. They need at least the next round if they have a hope of pulling it back. We did see like
round for
Dodger
the
on the
half.
Marshall. He's been so good with that sniper. So once they're on the defense, maybe he's able to pick up the operator and impact much more. But like at 93, like the rounds like the pistol round just become so important as they shouldn't be. And it's not a position you ever want to find yourself in against a good team like Guard Particles. So Team Villainous need to pull it back. We'll take a quick look at the scoreboard, see exactly what all the members are fielding. You see, Team Villainous with not being able to get the full buys,
Revealing
one
area.
Phantom, two Bulldogs, and two Sheriffs. This is going to be a really hard task if they want to pull it back to 8-4.
Indeed, they have to force the bias. It is the last round, so Hopes there gets a little bit of his health and shield taken away. Gonna go for that battle. 29 HP left, but he's still gonna pick up that kill. But NXS too quick and takes him out. 2v3. God Particles coming in with the rotation. Embassy is still lurking in the shadows as he used his ultimate. Embassy finds the kill onto Quick. The spike has been dropped and dodged. Last man standing, and it's a wrap from Amaya Sayajin. 9-3, we end off the first half heavily
Switching
in favor
sides.
of God Particles, showing pure dominance on what is Team Villainous map pick.
Exactly, like the fact that this is Team Villainous's map pick combined with the fact that like God Particles, they simply did not look as good in their previous match in this map. It must be giving God Particles so much confidence right now because the fact that they're dominating here, next half going into the attacking half, they're able to make the proactive plays. They're the team with the breach. They're the team who will be able to force mid control with the help of flashers or even force like hard pushes down either side with the help of the breach. So definitely gonna be an extremely hard task for Villainous right now. But Knight Rider with 16 kills leading the charge. We talked about how like the rest of God Particles sort of play that defensive role to him, enabling him, and it's really beautiful to see it working out in this manner.
Indeed, and the thing is, if Knight Rider's not having an easy time, they still do have players who they can fall back on. Hopes for one, even Amaya Sayajin. These players are really good support for Knight Rider, and I feel that it kind of complements and goes both ways. No team to back you up, you wouldn't have a Knight Rider that can pop off like that. So just marrying the both is just really good for God Particles. Now, as we kick this second half off, we do see Ambacies coming in heavy with his team. Knight Rider, this is God Particles just entering the B site with pure dominance. They took away one from Team Villainous. The spike has been planted. The defenders have to go for a retake, but I don't think this is going to be an easy feat as Hopes takes out Dodge. NXS finds a return kill. NXS just spamming the wall down to a 2v2. Amaya Sayajin just makes it a little bit more in his favor as Gorang falls. NXS so low, and Knight Rider with the triple kill ends that off. Coming in massive, just setting the tone for this second half.
And God Particles doing exactly what I would love for them to do, which is using the breach to like move through mid and then move into a site. Meaning that Team Villainous, they don't really have the entryways to be able to respond in together. They have to take the unadvantageous peaks, and that's where like the small disadvantages come through. And Excess, Quake, and Gorang all find a kill for themselves, but at the end of the day, they're the ones with the health disadvantage. And Knight Rider, he's just this free bird roaming around, using his positioning to go wherever he wants to and being able to pick up that 3k. Now, a really aggressive camera positioning from Dodger will spot out Knight Rider right there. He has the shorty. Can Dodge be a really sneaky player and find a headshot onto Knight Rider? We will see. This is the eco round for Team Villainous because they lost the first round, but this is the problem with going down 9-3. Even eco rounds are so important now.
Shivy finding the first kill onto Vision, and yes, you did mention it is an equal round for Team Villainous, but it's kind of close at this point, only having taken 3 rounds, but Knight Rider is quick to stop Dodge's attempt at getting quick kills, and that's going to be a double for Knight Rider and Team Villainous. If they can pick up at least 1 kill, it would be great. It will be a hard ask, but Gorang watches the metal door close. Might want to get through. Quake here on Rafters. Looking for that opportunity. Will drop the shock dart. Misses barely. And Recon Bolt just to scout out the members. But it has been destroyed. Now 2v5. Everybody on God Particles. They are looking for that backstab. And that is going to be a kill picked up by Shivy, leaving Quake all alone to fend for himself. Still full health, but the gang of angry God Particles members just swarming him. That's going to be 10 rounds for God Particles.
Yeah, Particles just sort of dominating the map right now. And the fact that they're just one round away from match point means that, like, this is the buy round for Team Villainous. You cannot afford to lose this round whatsoever. This round might as well be the last round, like, for God Particles, because winning this round will put Team Villainous at, like, a forced buy or eco next round. So Villainous, they need to answer back, and they need to answer back now. Defense is supposed to be the side that is a bit easier for, like, either team on a stand, and they are on defense now. They need to look to make a stand right here and right now. But you see, incomplete buys for Team Villainous still, because they went for the Sheriffs, I believe, and not able to actually get anything through that last round means light shields for them. God Particles 11-3, just trying to push this win through on the away map and go into their home map in a very comfortable position.
Indeed, both these teams, this is their last chance to make it over to the semifinals. A lot is on the line. That Molly's going to burn, but Embassy has finds the kill on the rank. Shivy's on site, takes down Dodge, and this is a huge entrance from God Particles on the side of attack. They're actually pulling this off a lot more flawless than Team Villainous, unless the defenders can pull off some sort of retake that will catch them by surprise. Now 3v5, not a single member has fallen on the side of attack, and I believe that the spike will be planted in a matter of seconds. Now Quake finds the kill on Knight Rider. That is one of the dangerous members taken out. Now 4v3, Shivy has the flash, just gonna throw it out there. And all three members are choosing to attack from the side of Team Villainous from Rafters. But the spray goes through, and Quick finds Shivy, Vision as well. Amaya Cyajin takes out Vision. 2v2 situation, Amaya Cyajin coming out massive, always that clutch, and Hoax just comes in, puts a little bit more of his touch. 12-3, that is going to be match point for God Particles.
Definitely not a fan of the way Team Villainous choose to go about that retake. While the spam here is really good to get multiple kills, there's absolutely no reason for 100% of your remaining team to be in the same position. Maybe two members on rafters to back each other up and one member approaching from a different position would be much better. Instead, all three members there, so even though they get the spam kills, they give away all information of where they are, just enabling Amaya Cyajin to hold that one angle as he does really well. 12-3 for God Particles now. In Team Villainous, now they don't have the full buys. They force buy or eco round for themselves. Not looking good whatsoever. Vision though takes a kill down and Ember answers back, meaning it's 4v4. But God Particles with their rotations always looking much better.
Now Knight Rider and Hawks both finding a kill for themselves, and it's down to Team Villainous with only 2 members and Dodge coming in with Quake. They want that retake, but, you know, the spike is on its way, about to get planted. Dodge is going to be met with an angry Sova just around the corner, and Hoax there finds the kill. Now Quake left to fend for himself. This might just be over. Map 1 might go to God Particles. Quake finds the kill onto Hoax, and there is the Hunter's Fury. He does pick up 1 kill on Amaya Cyajin. This might actually be possible. Time is ticking. 40 seconds left on the clock, and it has just started. Now, Quake has to play this very carefully, and if he does clutch this one, it is definitely going down in the highlight reels. But God Particles with a massive lead. Let's just see if Quake is able to get a little bit more of a spotlight for himself. Now, a long plant. Last 2 members of God Particles just waiting patiently by the alleyway. Quake checking rafters. Gonna do this very slowly. Tosses the shock dart. Not gonna quite connect. And there is the Paranoia in good time. Thrown out by Embassy as Quake comes out, gets the kill, but Knight Rider with the finishing blow. 13-3, and map number 1 goes over to the side of God Particles.
Yeah, God Particles looking extremely strong on their away map. Now going into the next map, which is what they picked, I can only imagine how Team Villainous are going to be able to pull this through, because they need to step up like much, much higher to the plate. This is their final chance of like staying alive in the tournament. There is no like lower bracket below the lower bracket, so this is do or die right now, and they definitely need to do. But talking about do, Knight Rider with 24 kills, 379 ACS, just absolutely popping off. This is the Knight Rider we know and love.
Indeed, Knight Rider, he was a huge component for the success of God Particles there. But Team Villainous, they tried, they fought hard, but you have to say that was pretty much a very dominating performance from God Particles. And we know the strength of Team Villainous, so today might not be their day. They definitely didn't play like how they usually do. But let's move into AMD's Relive the Moment and talk a little bit more about what went down between Team Villainous and God Particles. So, on the topic of Team Villainous, we have seen their domination. They did have a member, Reaper 2K, that played absolutely out of his mind. But this time, we see Dodge. I don't quite remember him. It could be an IGN change, but Dodge there, he did come up pretty high on the scoreboard, so he was carrying his weight. But Team Villainous, Vision as well. He's known for multi-kills, but he kind of struggled here as well. They are pretty strategic, but it kind of went out of the window in this map 1. What do you think about that, CA?
Definitely not like up to the par performances by most like known members of Team Villainous right now. Even Gaurang for that matter, like we've talked about him so much, him being like one of the OG Brimstone players, the player who continues carrying that Brimstone extremely well despite like many players opting to the Omen. He just wasn't like, he was good today, but he just wasn't the brilliant Gaurang we know him capable to be. And I think that carried over to multiple aspects of Team Villainous. Right now, what they need to do is just forget this entire game ever happened. Forget the fact that the next round is their away map pick, and just go into it showing us a completely different Team Villainous. Because God Particles, on the other hand, every single member stepped up. Amayasai Jin, Alec, consistently brilliant as he has been in the series too. Knight Rider always the flamboyant fragger that he is for God Particles, and Shivy looking amazing as the versatile sort of captain that he is. So God Particles looking really comfortable, really good right now.
Indeed, and that was a really great performance from God Particles, but I do hope that Team Villainous goes back to the drawing board just to have a look at what went wrong and try to figure it out. Now we know that God Particles is strong on Ascent as well, so even though Team Villainous picked this map, we can understand why God Particles was still so dominant. Now if you're talking about Bind is the type of map, which is the second map, which I feel Team Villainous might actually do better in, because we've seen so much success, and the fact that they always have that key Brimstone player, it will definitely help them a lot more. So I think that is going to be all for map 1. Just overall, God Particles, great performance, and Team Villainous, there still is a chance for them to stay in this competition. It is the lower brackets, and everything will come down to map 2 if they will be able to fight for a little bit more of a chance. So congratulations once again to God Particles for taking map number 1. We are going to prepare for map 2. Remember to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live on stream. And follow our socials. We update all results and stream schedules, as well as you can check out the links to go for a little bit of shopping just to upgrade your setup if you would like. This is the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for map number 2.
forces aimed at the Earth. Justice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processor.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2, powered by AMD, and our media partner is AFK Gaming. We're ready with map number 2. Let's just go straight into the map screen. And the first map was Ascent, where GODPARTICLES managed to take that for themselves. And it was Team Villainous map pick, but now we're going into map 2, and that is going to be Bind. And this was the pick from GODPARTICLES. So, you know, knowing both these teams, they are comfortable in Bind, but we kind of saw an upset where GODPARTICLES just dominated the game over Team Villainous. And in map 2, do you think the same thing might happen, or Team Villainous could actually, you know, come back, you know, rearrange their thoughts and approach this differently?
So I think there's two schools of thoughts here. I think while, like, I certainly hope that Team Villainous will be able to sort of just reset their mental completely, forget map whatever happened, and come into Bind, treating it like your own home map and do your absolute best right here. Because I do think they can be much better than they showed. The issue with that is that GODPARTICLES, they look so comfortable, and only from their series yesterday, they look so comfortable on Bind. Like, Bind seems to be their sort of like legit home map where they like understand every aspect of the map, they understand how to use the teleporters properly, and they're able to like sort of utilize it to their best. Now going into the game, you see for GODPARTICLES, just a very different lineup coming in with the Phoenix, the Jet, and sort of replacing the standard duel list. But for Team Villainous, very standard, almost exactly the same as what they had before. Sorry, exactly the same as what they had before. So looking to pull it back and looking to sort of make the mark for themselves in this away map that they have.
Indeed, Team Villainous, you know, they have the Cypher and, you know, the classic Gorang on the Brimstone. At this point, you know, we know that that is a factor from Team Villainous that, you know, it always consistently happens. This time, Amaya Saiyajin not going to take out the Killjoy. I do believe that he has played Killjoy the last time we saw him on Bind. He's going to go Brimstone instead. So I think that's going to be a little bit of a head-to-head friendly rivalry there. But a bunch of Ghosts and armor for Shivy and Gorang. Opting for more of utility buys, I'm guessing. But going into this new game, it seems like GODPARTICLES, they're going to take it down a little bit. And this pistol round, we're going to approach this very slowly. You know, we have seen teams that like a very fast kind of start to the game. But Team Villainous, we do see there are 3 defenders on the side of A. So God Particles, I think they're just waiting for a little bit of time here. Amaya Saiyajin, he's in the perfect spot to get those smokes positioned for an A short plant. Now Knight Rider dashes in, finds the first kill. That's going to be first blood for God Particles. Amaya Saiyajin chimes in, gets Gorang, but NXS manages to get a return kill onto Knight Rider. And God Particles, 4 members strong spike has been planted. NXS down to 15 HP. No abilities ready. Spent it all on this Sheriff here. That is about 800 credits. Now Amber CS finds the kill on Dodge. Team Villainous down to 2 members. NXS met with Hoax, but he falls as well. Last man standing is Vision. Finds a kill, but Amaya Saiyajin there to just end it all. And the first round will go over to God Particles.
God Particles coming into this map with a really interesting showing. Not something I was expecting, definitely, because the way they've sort of approached this map is that they understand that they're on the attacking side and they want to be really proficient with that. Choosing to not carry the Cypher or the Killjoy, instead going with the double flashes in Phoenix and Breach, and then putting Amaya Saiyajin on the Brimstone. It's all about taking sites really quickly. The Brimstone smokes come out, which sort of deny angles, and then you clear the corners using the help of the flashes you have. So Team Villainous, they just need to get like a bunch of points in the defensive side, because I think God Particles, their composition is slightly attacking favored.
Indeed, and you know, it is an equal round for Team Villainous, so Amaya Saiyajin picking up that first kill. Vision here, right around the corner, fires both shots, not enough to take down Amber CS, as Amber finds that 1 kill. Team Villainous down to 2 members. Equal round, not too bad. They're not able to get 1 kill though. And if they could, you know, that would just be a little extra money in the bank. But Gorang there with the spam connects the headshot onto Shivy. Amber CS with the Bulldog finds Quake. And Gorang just going to pick up that Spectre. Would be a wise choice to go for the save, you know, possibly hide in a teleporter if you can. But he's just going to wait for the unlucky victim that does come to find him. But Gorang here pushing. Shock Bolt doesn't quite catch him. Gorang there. But Amaya Saiyajin picks him up. 2 rounds for God Particles. And they're off to a good start. That is definitely going to keep their momentum going.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the fact that God Particles right now, they look so strong in, like, their idea and their strategy. Like, so sure and confident in what they want to execute. That's exactly what you want to see from a team that is starting on the attacking side. Because what the attacking side gives you is the opportunity to be proactive and take the fight to the enemy. God Particles doing exactly that, looking extremely comfortable. Team Villainous, they need to answer back, and they need to answer back right now. They cannot let God Particles go on the win streak like they did in the first map.
Oh, indeed. And now coming out with the full buys, we can see across the board just a bunch of different things. But we can see 2 light armors there on the side of Team Villainous. So, you know, this round really matters. And if they could pull it off, it will put them in a better spot. Now, Knight Rider lurking here in Hookah, finding a kill opportunity. But Amber CS, he's on site, and Dodge is quick to take him out. And that just leaves God Particles in the tough spot. Amaya Saiyajin chimes in, finds Dodge, and that leads into a 4v3 as Knight Rider falls, but Vision falls as well. 3v3 situation. Spike has yet to be planted. NXS waiting for that opportunity. Dashes away to safety, realizes that he can't quite take that fight. The angle was not correct, or the angle was not what he wanted. Now 50 seconds on the clock. Spike has yet to be planted. We do see the smoke come down. 2 Brimstones still left alive. But God Particles, they're pulling it back. They're actually pulling it back. They're not going for the plant. And that leaves 2 members in Hookah just wondering, hey, where are they? And this is smart because they're playing mind games now. And Shivy catches them off guard just by a bit. But Amaya Saiyajin does fall too. Shivy comes in, does not expect Gorang. Sloppily done there by God Particles as Hoax makes his way with the spike onto A. Can get this plant off. So, you know, the credits there, it is secured. But Team Villainous, they played that with patience and they expected the backstab from God Particles. So great predictions and foresight coming out from the defenders.
Yeah, definitely, like, a few questionable decisions perhaps by God Particles in that round, but right now they still have a chance. The round is definitely not over, because 1v2 right now is Hoax. Will be able to get 1. Can he get the second? Just backs off. so patient, just 5 HP left, needs to save time for himself, throws out the recon bolt. He's just trying to run away and create as much time as he can, knowing that Garang has to go for the defuse or peek into this corner right here. Garang will peek. Can Hoax get it? No. Garang instead will clutch for his team, but there's not enough time for him to defuse the spike, which means Hoax with the clutch plays gets the round win for GODPARTICLES. Oh my god. So
Yeah.
my biggest issue with their pullback is I like the idea of sort of leaving the site and going towards the other, but why not take the teleporter? Like 2 people can take the teleporter, go away all the way to the A site, and 1 person can still go for the backstab. After that, Shivy, he literally picks up the gun, pulls out his knife, and runs into Hookah headstrong, not expecting anyone to be there and gets taken down. But Hoax, calm and collected, will clutch through, will make it 3-0 for GODPARTICLES.
Indeed, a little bit of a slip up there from Shivy, but hey, you know, it does happen. It does get the best of us. But this is a push here down B long. And just gonna put out that drone there, get that information. It's taken out by the defenders. Embassies with the spray. Couldn't quite connect. But they do get the health shot down with the nade that was just thrown in. Now the Boombot as well. Embassies. He's gonna put out the curveball. Orbital strike rains down. And that just has to split the defenses into a more defensive position. But Dodge again with the Marshal finds these kills. How does he do that? You know, we gotta see this guy on the operator, but he doesn't quite get the capital to do that. And Team Villainous, you know, they've got to try and exploit this strength that they have, because Dodge, he's so comfortable just being the sniper for the defenders.
Yeah, like his proficiency with the Marshal is honestly something I have never seen.
We've never seen it.
Not in this tournament. And
Yeah.
definitely not in solo queue, because the people
30
who
seconds left.
carry the Marshal in solo queue just end up inting. But you see, Dodge so good. I really do wish Team Villainous is able to pull back a couple rounds, get him the operator, because I think he'll be able to hold down one site by himself so well if he does have it. Now with just 10 seconds left, GODPARTICLES, they're a man down, looking to make
10
the push.
seconds
Quake
left.
gets the shock dart kill onto Hoax. The spike, I do not think will be able to go down. Ember does try to push it down, but Quake is there, throws out the shock dart, will get his 3rd of the round. The 2nd with the shock dart. Quake absolutely insane in that round, getting what I believe was a semi-buy round for Team Villainous, a win, which is amazing for them. They go into the next round with full buys, looking to carry this momentum forward.
See, this is the thing. Team Villainous played this round really well, and look at the capability coming out of them. Quake managing to get 2 shock dart kills. He was in a good position. He was healthy. He knew exactly what he's doing. So the point that we're trying to make is that Team Villainous, they have the resources, they have the skill, they have the knowledge to actually give GODPARTICLES a good fight. But in map 1, they just kind of missed that. And, you know, we do see glimpses of brilliance from Team Villainous. But the fact that they can't be consistent with it is going to bite them in the back. Now, moving on to this next round, GODPARTICLES, Amber CS comes in as the entry fragger. The running back going to keep him safe. Knight Rider chimes in with a kill of his own. That puts Team Villainous with a 2-man disadvantage. The spike should be planted pretty soon. Quake with the Hunter's Fury just trying to angle himself, get the tag. Unfortunately, not going to pick up a kill. He does have the drone on hand. Going to utilize that for the information. Amaya Sayajin playing out of his
Spike
mind.
planted.
Just so good at picking up these kills, as well as controlling the site. But Quake does that once again with
Revealing
the
area.
shock dart. And here is the
There
recon
they
bolt
are.
this time, just to get the information. Finds it. He knows where Knight Rider is positioned, and he should relay this to Team Villainous. Now, how they're going to play this is completely up to them. But that's going to be a 2-for-1. And Team Villainous finds themselves in an even matchup. Vision with the AWP, very much ready. Shivy drops the Rolling Thunder. Not going to quite connect onto anybody. Amaya Sayajin just lurking in lamps, looking for that kill. But Dodge, he's just going to back away into showers. And I think this is going to be a save from the side of defenders. And I think it's worth it, because they do have 1 AWP save on hand. And Vision's carrying it.
Yeah, but what I'm really curious about is the thought process going into, so the way the round started, and I believe the way the next round will start too, is NXS carrying the op. While NXS, he's on the Jet, and the Jet, we do know traditionally to carry the op is understandable choice in terms of the meta. Dodge seems so good with the sniper. Like, give him a chance with the op and see like exactly what he can accomplish. You see now Vision with the op and NX is buying another, but still no op for Dodge. I'm really curious as to why this is happening. I think a major reason is because they don't want the op inside P and they want the sniper inside P, and that shows, I think, for me at least, a lack of adaptability on the side of Team Villainous.
Indeed, you know, it would be interesting to see the Cypher there with the op instead. But, you know, if Team Villainous is going to run this double op composition and play it this way, let's see how it benefits them. Now, NXS finding their first kill on A short is going to come up massive for Team Villainous, so this is working. NXS is a great player himself, and, you know, I can see why Team Villainous trusts him with this, but they got to do more than that. There are still 4 members lingering around. Now, Folks here just going to back away, manages to dodge that op shot through Hookah. Shivy looking for the push. He's on that breach. The adaptable player. Spots one, finds and secures that kill, but Gorang's just too quick to get the return. And Hulk sprays for his life, takes down Dodge, and it's going to be a 3v3. They're making their way onto site, but Vision finds the kill. And the double op setup might just work in favor here to Team Villainous. So I see how this works. I see why they've done it. Vision finds the showstopper kill. Knight Rider dashes away from the orbital strike. Perfectly needed. That's going to be a double kill from Knight Rider. 1v1 situation. Jet to jet. They have to man up. They're going to do this. Just nothing personal, it's just competition. Knight Rider finds the last kill, and that's gonna be a clutch. Triple, and he will get this spike plant, just pop it off. Extra credit, brilliantly done by GODPARTICLES.
Despite Team Villainous having that man advantage throughout, the NX is getting the opening kill. Knight Rider absolutely clutching through right here with those last 3 kills. Pulls out his knife for the style. In the end, the Blade Storm getting him that final kill onto NXS. Knight Rider coming up huge once again for GODPARTICLES, pushing this lead to 5-1 on the attacking side. We know how simple it is to defend on Bind on the defensive side, and considering the fact that GODPARTICLES went into this map picking that attacking favored composition for themselves, came here with a plan, it's lovely to see the plan working out and the entire team on the same page with respect to executing that plan.
Now, GODPARTICLES 4 rounds in the lead. Team Villainous still struggling to find their place and how exactly to, you know, build up a plan to beat GODPARTICLES. They've only taken 1 round, or, you know, defense could just not be their strong suit. Now, Quake waiting for a kill here. He does know that GODPARTICLES is on site and does get tagged. He has been spotted. Gorang does find the kill into MCS. Knight Rider chimes in as well. And that's gonna be a triple kill from Knight Rider. Just picking it up. Oh my goodness. He is a tough one to stop, and Dodge this time with the Marshals. Not gonna make it. Shivy ends his life. And 6 rounds strong is GODPARTICLES.
Yes, now GODPARTICLES sort of running away with it. The momentum, especially for Knight Rider, really showing, because this is what their composition excels at, like fast takes of sites where they're able to utilize the smokes and flashes perfectly, and then basically what that does is create like this realm of chaos where Knight Rider is able to reposition into a favorable position for him, and then basically be behind or at the side of multiple people, get multiple kills. I really like the way it's been drafted to sort of enable Knight Rider, even if it's not willingly done to do that, it's enabling him in a way that we haven't really got to see them do before on Bind. So definitely really interesting plays by GODPARTICLES coming out. Now the drone by Quake will spot out multiple members towards the B site, and that should give over knowledge to Vision, who's holding down B site with the operator to just wait toward looking towards Hookah. Rotations coming out from their team members, expecting a B push, but GODPARTICLES, they're aware of this. They know that the other team knows, so they're playing it really slow.
Indeed, Shivy and Hawks both find the kill. That was a great usage of the ultimate there. And Dodge just looking for a way to come in. Realizes that the molly is dropping him low. He does have the neural theft available. But GODPARTICLES with the whole team still standing strong. This is going to hurt Team Villainous economy. Now Dodge takes out the recon bow. And there is the fault line that does connect onto him. And what's going to take the peak? Gorang finds the kill onto Knight Rider. And Dodge just looking for that opportunity, figuring out where is everybody. Oh, there it is. Amaya Saiyajin takes him out, however, and Shivy takes down Gorang, Quake, last man standing, and Amaya Saiyajin just wraps that up. God Particles is just dominating at this point, and Team Villainous, you know, we can hope for them to just come back, but they've got to be a little bit more clean.
Yeah, definitely. Team Villainous, they've got it. Like they showcase individual moments of brilliance where they show us exactly why they made it this far, right? Like we're down to about like 12 teams in the tournament total from over like 250. So definitely Team Villainous is not like a team you can take lightly. But today they just don't seem to be coordinated as a whole, and it's coming down to each player having to sort of pull off a miracle play to win them rounds, and that's simply not consistent enough to win against the team like God Particles.
Indeed, God Particles is just overall more consistent, and it seems like they've kind of got, you know, a lot of things figured out. As for Team Villainous, you know, they're just dropping a ball in certain areas. I do feel maybe it might be a little bit of a communication issue. They do get killed from angles that they shouldn't really be caught off guard by. So, you know, Shivy here, he's just going to back away, but the smoke comes down just to stop the push a little bit from the attackers. Shivy just going to wait. You know, patience is key. And one thing we know about God Particles, they have a lot of patience. If it means waiting and giving up time to pull off the perfect invade, he's going to do it. And we see Amaya there dropping the smoke. Then Embassy is going to be the first one to run in. Gets that information, and out comes Shivy. But he's taken out by Gorang. NXS as well. But Amaya Saijin finds one kill. Knight Rider dashes away. Embassy gets another. The running back kept him safe. So he's still here on site. Now we're waiting for Vision to rotate from the side of B. As, you know, 3 members of Side of God Particles, they have the spike planted. Quake takes out Embassy with a brilliant kill on with Sheriff. Straight to the head.
Exactly
Knight Rider just camping in lamps, and now Euro Theft dropped in perfect time. And there's a spray. Vision finds the kill. It's all down to Amaya. We've seen him clutch, but it's not going to be this time as Quake finds him. Easy defuse for Team Villainous, but this will be the second round for themselves. And if, you know, they can consecutively take these rounds, a thrifty round in fact. The fact that, you know, Team Villainous can do something like this, it's kind of like, please do this more often. You have the capability. You know, but, you know, that consistency thing, I think that is where it kind of draws the line between the difference in God Particles and Team Villainous.
Definitely, like Team Villainous, they're certainly capable. They showcase that here. I think Gaurang, especially the way he's able to hold that corner, despite the running back coming in, despite the flashes coming in from the breach, he's just able to hold it down, enabling the rest of his team to sort of come to him, delaying and buying so much time for them. Now, 7-2 still God Particles. They're relatively happy. What they would be comfortable with is the 8-round the 8-round scoreline, or even 9-round scoreline. So Team Villainous, they need to look to pull it back to 7-5 at a minimum, because going into the attacking side where perhaps they are just a little bit more comfortable, they can try to make a comeback. But now Rolling Thunder by Shivy as God Particles go for the hard push down B.
Ooh, Vision manages to get the headshot onto Shivy. NXS chimes in with a double kill. Vision here, that's his second, and that leaves Amaya Saijin 1v3 situation. God Particles definitely underestimated them. I mean, yes, you are dominating, but you've got to remember Team Villainous made it this far for a reason, and that's going to be Gorang trying to reclaim his throne as he picks up that last kill, chains him down. And Team Villainous with 3 rounds, finally showing a little bit more light and a little bit more perk.
Yeah, this round was huge for Team Villainous, especially since this was their bye round. I believe God Particles will be able to afford one more bye round, but if Team Villainous are able to pull off one more win, that would put them in a position to go into the last few rounds, especially like the round before the final round, with a chance to make it 75. We'll have a quick look at the scorecards, see what both teams are fielding right now. You see full buys for both teams, but like not exactly in terms of having light shields and a couple members for God Particles. But once again, God Particles looking to make a push down A, but this time leaving Amaya Saijin lurking down B to try to catch someone up. But NXS instead, with the operator, with the push down B long, will find Amaya Saijin, and Team Villain is bouncing back.
Indeed, Knight Rider here with the AWP very much ready, looking for that kill, and you know, if anyone peeks, it's gonna be tough, but Knight Rider connects that shot. There's one more to go. but he does manage to dash away to safety. Amber CS chimes in, picks up Quake, and God Particles kind of realize like, hey, you know, let's not take this lightly. Let's do it the way that we do. And the spike is making its way over to B. So, you know, this is another bamboozled up mind games from God Particles. You know, during the side swap, I do want to see these kinds of plays from Team Villainous, but it seems like it's actually... What? Did they
Oh my
actually
gosh.
do that?
Yep.
They did it! They
Wow.
took the teleporter to create distraction.
30 seconds
Just
left.
so that Amber CS and Knight Rider could push further into A site. But it was actually a setup for the plant on A. God Particles just actually did that. And Knight Rider finds the last kill because that was just perfectly done.
Last
What did
round
we
in
just
the
see,
half.
CA?
Nothing short of absolute brilliance, to be perfectly honest. Because I think I remember vaguely us talking about this in Series 1 about how you can sort of use multiple teleporters to sort of create a full distraction for the other team at the same time. And God Particles, they do it for the first time ever on stream. Just brilliant. Like, it's exactly as you said. They take the teleporter to go towards B so that Knight Rider and Ember CS can take up positions on the rotation back from B onto A. And then they take the B long teleporter once again to come back to A. Just setting it up brilliantly. That was absolutely phenomenal by God Particles, making it 8-3 and giving them that economy advantage going into the final round. You see Vision now being really aggressive with the showstopper. We'll find Knight Rider. Vision only had a share for himself, so it's absolutely clutch that he's able to find a kill with his ultimate. And Excess with the op finding another will make it 5v3 for Team Villainous.
Wow, that showstopper definitely took out a lot of health from Amaya there. And Team Villainous just bouncing back here. The last round before the swap, Shivy finds the kill on NXS. Now, what will they do in a situation like this where they do not have the numbers? Because, you know, plans and all are fun, but you've also got to figure out ways to come back when you are at disadvantages. Now, Amber CS is coming in, dodges the recombo, but Dodge is there to pick him up. And that leaves Amaya Saijin all alone. Spike is just chilling, you know, in the background. But there is the orbital strike. Not gonna pick him up.
30
6
seconds
HP.
left.
I think this one's for Team Villainous. Amaya Saijin, we never seen you on the op, but that was a pretty good shot. And let's see if he's gonna be able to pick up more. Amaya takes out the pistol. And he's still gonna make his way. You know, one hit and he's dead. But Amaya Saijin, last round, he's still gonna go for it. And Vision finds the last kill. Triple kill. And that's going to be the end of the first half. 8 rounds for God
Switching
Particles and
sides.
4 for Team Villainous. But man, CA, just making use of the whole map, that single round of strategy coming up from God Particles. The fact that they even pushed and, you know, claimed the territory, just taking it over while Shivy with the spike was still rotating. Knight Rider and Amber just pushing up. That was unbelievable. That is gonna go down as one of the best moves we have ever seen regarding a team. Wow.
For sure. I think what makes it even better is, like, I'm starting to see Team Villainous sort of wake up and rise up in the way they're playing, but I have to wonder, is it a little too late? You see Gaurang Vision with 11 and 10 kills each, just stepping up to the plate, like, being the players we know them to be, but God Particles, as you said, like, their ability to adapt in game just unparalleled now, rapidly pushing down A long, looking to get multiple kills. Hoax gets 2, Ember gets another. God Particles with the hard push down, B long, with the help of the breach, able to get 4 kills in their favor, make it 5v1 in the defensive side. I think nobody told them that they switched paths and went over to defense because they looked at their path. Oh my god.
Unpredictability from God Particles there, and Amaya Saijin gets the last kill. But God Particles, they know what is up. This is a new team. They have definitely been studying, watching teams, realizing what can we do different? What can we do creatively? And the fact that they've gone for this really quick push is amazing, because when this match started out, God Particles was playing it slow on the side of attack. But here in defense, they just decided to, hey, why not? Let's just go for the full rush. You know, we might come on top and catch Villainous by surprise. And in fact, it did work. Amaya Saijin there to circle around and pick up that kill from behind. So very nicely done. But Team Villainous, they're going to go for this eco. And do I still think that Team Villainous has what it takes to, you know, still take still take rounds away from God Particles? Yes. We just like to see them plan that out, you know, get that into action. But Team Villainous here, there we see it, an A-shot rush. Hopes is there to stop one, but Quake finds a kill. And this might just work in their favor, but they kind of stop. And, you know, oh, and there it is. There it is, the transporter. You know, they're going to take that teleporter, go into a different area, but they're walking around.
Oh my god.
Team Villainous is trying to beat God Particles at their game, but take a look at the minimap.
Oh my god.
God Particles is coming back. They realized what happened because Amber CS is so close to Hookah, he didn't hear any footsteps. So they figured it out, but Team Villainous took down Hope. Only 3 members left. Shivy finds a kill. It's a 3v2. That's a double. God Particles saw what Team Villainous was trying to do. And wow, CA, I'm just in complete shock. Shivy comes out. Will he get the next kill? He's tagged a little bit. Small amount of hit to be drunk, but Amber CS finds Quake. And Shivy with the triple will round that up. 10 rounds for themselves. Double digits. God Particles. Damn, this is just such a spicy game. The scoreline doesn't do it any justice because Villainous and God Particles, they're doing some brilliant things. And the fact that Villainous is thinking more creatively, they have so much potential, CA.
Right there.
Yeah, I just wish we'd seen this Villainous like in the earlier parts of this map or even in map 1 because the fight would have been so much better. But God Particles, they just have too much momentum now. As soon as that play happens, you saw Ember rotate just a little bit towards Hookah. He hears nothing and they predict what Team Villainous is going to do. Once again, now with the B-Long push, they find one, but Garang trading it back. More importantly, last round, it was actually a forced buy for Team Villainous. So you see once more a forced buy for Team Villainous, having that stingers for them. Seems to be working out though right now for that man advantage that they have, but very low health bars. And Hoax looking to take advantage of that as he finds one kill. 3v3, Shivy with that seismic blast kill will make it 3v2. Both teams just going at each other right now. Hoax with a kill, making it 3v1, and God Particles looking to push the win all the way home for themselves.
Wow, wow, wow. Villainous here. I like the entrance that they made. Gorang, last man standing, full HP, has the Spectre in hand, spots the last one. He's dropped down really low, and the spike has been dropped. Not planted yet, but this is gonna be a task. And Shivy finds the last kill. I do feel that Villainous trying to be unpredictable is a little bit almost impossible because God Particles has done their homework. They have figured a way to spread out their defense in case of a particular scenario happening, if you get what I mean. So God Particles just reading into this movement. I mean, I'm excited to see how this is going to fare up against teams that are much more consistent, much more well-rounded. God Particles here, it looks like a victory so close to it. 11-4. You can't deny that they still are very dominant and it is consistent. But Knight Rider there, missing that shot, and Gorang's gonna take him.
Something characteristic of Knight Rider essentially, as he misses the shot, allows him to get taken down. Kuwait getting another will mean Team Villainous once again taking the man advantage in this round. They haven't yet committed to his site, but they do look to be rotating towards B to make their way there. Ember, he is holding down B. He needs just one kill to get his ultimate. If he's able to get that, he might just be able to solo hold this site altogether. 11-4 right now for God Particles, and Team Villainous looking to make a comeback.
Oh, that was a perfect timing from Gorang there. Just using that orbital strike to squeeze out Amber and then picking up that kill on the Marshal. Oh, Hoax! He finds Gorang. That's a revenge kill there with the Hunter's Fury. Nicely played. Now Hoax gonna push in, and the shock darts coming in, taking him out. Dodge finds Hoax. Last man standing is Shivy. I would urge him to go for the save. Shivy just gonna take refuge here in defender side spawn with the operator. But Team Villainous definitely able to bounce back a little bit here. They are hunting for him, but Shivy misses that shot. Just gonna drop the flash and prevent that push. But NXS, I don't think he's gonna go for it. Or are they? Uh-oh, you see it on the minimap, everybody. Ladies and gents, will Shivy make it out alive? As this round will surely go over to Team Villainous. Shivy, he has to watch his back, but Quake is too quick, and they are going to retrieve that operator. For God Particles, I'm pretty sure that they have the economy to still go for the buys, considering that they've been winning round after
Need a drop.
round. So that was a
Thanks.
good round for Team Villainous indeed.
Yeah, that's more favorable for Team Villainous than it is unfavorable for God Particles, because
Yeah.
since they have the huge lead, Team Villainous, on the other hand, though, that round is absolutely huge for them, because while a few members of theirs were able to go for the Phantoms and the Vandals, a couple members were left relegated to the Marshal, as we noted, which was Garang, now being able to afford full buys. Team Villainous,
drone.
I think they could have gone for Spectres right here, but instead choosing to go for full Eco and making aggressive pushes down
Quake.
Ace Showers. Quake through the smoke will find a kill onto Ember. Quake's really stepped up in this
Quake?
match. Finds another.
One enemy
Will not be
remaining.
able to find the third, but Garang finds two, and Team Villainous is looking to bounce back with this round win. Oh,
And Knight Rider finds the kill onto NXS, gonna pick up that op. He might want to go for the save, but he's just gonna hop around and possibly look for a kill. So Team Villainous, that was a really good start for them. Quake taking out 2 members and Gorang as well. That just leaves them more time. Now, Team
planted.
Villainous, they've kind of got a little bit of spark. And if it's any time to try for a comeback, I think it's now. Before God Particles, hits match point, and it just gets a lot more pressurizing. So, Team Villainous, they got to take this map if they want to stay in the running into making it over to the semifinals, as this is the lower brackets. So you've only got this chance and no more.
definitely. Team Villainous, they're playing very patient for now, but you see slowly but surely the Rays start to move out in hunt for Knight Rider. They have absolutely no idea that he's here, because he used the updraft to dodge the trapwire that they had placed. So Knight Rider could end up finding a couple kills for himself. You see Garang actually coming towards this way, but it will likely just be a stalemate, a Mexican standoff, so to say, as Team Villainous pull back this round. Knight Rider, though, he picked up that off for himself, and that will mean that God Particles will be able to afford full buys throughout. So this is the round for both teams. If God Particles can pull it back, they would go to match point. But if Team Villainous can win this next buy round, it would mean that they have a severe economic advantage, and it just sets them up in terms of a huge way for the comeback to come. Team Villainous on the attacking side looking to pull back now, 11-6.
Both these teams have come so far, and it all comes down to this game to make it over just to the semifinals. Placing up in the ranks is going to be really good. But here, Knight Rider, we see 15 kills, Gorang with 17. Gorang is playing out of his mind. We do see Dodge and NXS kind of slipping up there, but overall on the scoreboard, God Particles, they are extremely consistent. Every player is carrying their own weight, so that's a good thing. I mean, Amber CS, he's right at the bottom of the board, but we have seen so many rounds where he has led the attack. He is the entry fragger. He has gotten that information for his team to flourish, and I hope to see a little bit more of that kind of thing for Team Villainous. Quake has been doing a good job getting that info. They just need to do a little bit more. And now that they've won 2 rounds consecutively, it is going to be a little bit of a little bit of an uplift for the mental state of Team Villainous. If they do continue, they can try to go into overtime and ultimately take this map number 2 for themselves. But it looks like the pause is done, and we will head into this next round, CA.
Yeah, definitely. This is the round where Team Villainous need to make their stand. This is the round for them to pull back. You see God Particles just looking to drive the advantage home. This is Team Villainous' home map. I do believe they can do it. It's just a question of will they do it. Now Ember takes the Belong teleporter with the run it back, aggressively looking for information. I believe he did spot out Garang, but that's not much information. Knight Rider, though, looks like he's just AFK right here, as he's standing with his knife and just 31 HP. Will get taken down. NXS and Dodge finding a kill for themselves, as Team Villainous taking a huge lead in this round, 5-2. Shivi, though, fighting back for his team, will get a kill. 2v4. Villainous looking to make a huge comeback in this series.
Now, God Particles, I think, that pause was due to a tech difficulty there from Knight Rider. Hopefully everything is fine and they will be able to get back into the game. But God Particles realizing that, hey, this round is not one for us to win. We're just going to save and keep as safe as possible. So, another round for Team Villainous. It will be 7-11. Definitely a game where Team Villainous is doing a lot better because map 1, it was a completely different story.
Yeah, for sure. Team Villainous, as I was seeing the sort of, like, they've sort of just woken up and risen up because Gaurang, as you said, he's been having a phenomenal game, just playing absolutely beastly. But yeah, you see Shivi and Amaya Sajin holding down two different corners of the map, just electing to save. And this is the smart move because this enables them to get a couple weapons for themselves in the next round and not necessarily go for the full eco. Because in combination with the fact that Knight Rider in the last round got the free op, it means that several members will be able to afford a full loadout in this round. But God Particles, they need to stop this comeback from Team Villainous because I fear if Team Villainous win one or two more rounds, the momentum will just be too much in their favor.
Indeed,
Right
and
there.
we can see that God Particles, they do have a lot of gold there. And
Right there.
they will be able to continue this on. Now, God Particles, Knight Rider, he's back, fortunately for the team. And he is on that, you mentioned it, that Knight Rider likes to go on some pretty unpredictable spots, get the angle advantage, because, his aim is just mad. He take the enemy by surprise. He usually comes out on top when it's, these gun duels. So Knight Rider, very aggressive, but Hoax here, gonna push out a little bit with Amber CS. It's almost like they know what is going on. Higher side bit, bit aggressive, and there is the orbital strike and rolling thunder coming out. Gorek does find the kill onto Chevy, who unfortunately got caught in that ultimate. Amber CS gets the spray, but Gorek's there to take him out. Knight Rider and Amaya, they both pick up kills, and this is gonna be massive as God Particles find themselves somewhat on an even ground. Now, if you look at the minimap, it's pretty messy, but Hope will find the double, and
Revealing
that
area.
is why God Particles are so dominant, because they can take their opponents by surprise. Now, NXS
I got the
is going to
spike.
retrieve the spike, 1v3 situation, and we see God Particles closing him down on all angles.
30
NXS
seconds
making
left.
a quick walk into Hookah, but Knight Rider will find him. Brilliantly done on the side of the defenders, and that
Match
brings God
point.
Particles down to match point.
That was amazing play by Hoax because the trigger control, he spotted NXS walking past him going towards the hookah, but he chooses not to shoot at NXS, realizing from the communication from his team that there are two other members coming towards him. Waits, gets both Dodger and Gorang, just setting his team up to close in on NXS and getting that huge advantage for them. Match point for God Particles, but since Team Villainous won a few rounds before, they will still be able to afford full buys, opting for the double operator lineup in the attacking half of this map. Team Villainous putting it all on the line, not wanting to go down in this losers bracket quarterfinal match between God Particles and Team Villainous. Oh,
Vision, he did satchel himself up, got that angle, and took out Maya. NXS finds a kill of his own. That's going to be a double op setup, but Knight Rider, he's here to defend, and this is why he is insane on the operator. Just so quick with the multi-kills.
Out of
He
charges.
uses it like
Get
it's
out of my
no
way.
sweat. But that just
Revealing area.
completely negated the hard work from Team Villainous, and the spike has been dropped. They got to figure out a way to retrieve that. Now Vision will be watching the back line, and it looks like a very angry Knight Rider ready with the Blade Storm as he comes in, and he's gonna pick up at the fourth, but is he whiffing it? He whiffed it, and Quake found the kill onto Knight Rider. That was a scared Vision jumping around for his life. But 2v2 situation, this could be more time for Villainous, or this could be the end. Chevy, he finds Quake, and Vision is the last man standing, taking out the spike, planting it. It's all down to him to buy that time. But that was an insane round. So fun, and Hoax finishes Vision off, and that's gonna be a wrap. 13-7. God Particles make their way with clean 2-0 in this best of 3. into the
Defenders win.
semifinals.
Huge plays by Knight Rider. Riffed a bit at the end there, but that's okay. Even popped out the knife to go for the cheeky knife kill after he whiffed everything. But that trigger control, just waiting till he gets close enough to get the instant headshot onto NXS, and then looking for the kill onto Vision, meant that his team, they got so much knowledge. It just enables Chivy to push in aggressively, get the win for them. Team Villainous, they put up a really good fight towards the latter half of this series, but God Particles consistently throughout holding up. Knight Rider once more with the MVP, 20 kills, just one short of 300 ACS will make him the double MVP in this series, and one of the most valuable players for the team in general. GG, well played, God Particles.
That was just so good to watch. It was almost like Knight Rider kind of lost his composure a little bit, and usually he seems so chill. But after getting that first headshot and then just spamming the blades, and you see Jet's arms just flinging around and it's not connecting, that was really entertaining but pretty cool. All right, let's move into AMD's Relive the Moment and talk a little bit more about what went down between God Particles and Team Villainous.
So, God Particles in this map, I really love the approach they brought up, because we talk a lot about like the Cypher, or nowadays the Killjoy, being a mainstay in Bind. Like, it doesn't matter what type of game you want to play, it doesn't matter if you're attacking favored or defensive favored, almost every single composition we see has the Cypher or Killjoy. God Particles are like, nope, we are going to be creative, we are going to show you the preparation we've come into this series with, bring out the non-Cypher composition, a really aggressive composition with the Breach and the Phoenix for the flashes, the Brimstone for the smokes, and they take such a huge lead in attacking half. I think Team Villainous, they really stepped it up this match, but for the first half of the match, they were just sort of trying to understand what God Particles composition would do, and that sort of extra like information that God Particles had gave them the lead, which eventually won the match.
Indeed. Team Villainous, they are a strong team of their own. I do feel like, when you look at the scoreboard, you saw at least 3 members of Team Villainous, they did really well here on Bind. But it's kind of like Dodge got left behind in the dust. And, if he is actually, in fact, a new player and not just an IGN change, maybe, he was taking a while to kind of get used to Team Villainous of some sorts. But, we see the strength, we see the potential. It's just that God Particles were way more consistent. And like you mentioned, some of the strategy that they pulled off, making huge map rotations purely for just to control an area. You gotta look at Bind as a puzzle in which every corner of a site is important, and if you can have a member stationed there just to watch your back, it is extremely advantageous, and God Particles understood that. They did it. They picked this map. I think that pretty much explains it, because we were shocked. We were like, why did God Particles pick Bind? We were wondering, like, I thought, maybe they might play on Split. We haven't seen them on Haven. So, okay, Bind might be the next best options. And what confidence do they have? And we can see that they definitely had some tricks planned. But all in all, it was a great performance, God Particles. I'm looking forward to them in the semifinals and how they are going to pull off what we saw here against tougher teams that might read into what they're trying to do. So it's going to be pretty cool, and I hope they do amp up their gameplay. But good job to Team Villainous, and congratulations to God Particles for making it over to the semifinals. Today has been an explosive day. We saw 2 teams across the board, and it was TSF Gaming and God Particles who make it over to the semifinals. Now, this is the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. Remember to like and subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. We'll be back with more lower brackets in the quarterfinals tomorrow around 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. So if you subscribe, you'll get that notification. Do follow our socials, or if you want to go for a little bit of shopping, links are in the description. My name is Apollonia. I was your host and caster today, and joining me was CA, caster and analyst. So until tomorrow, we'll see you guys again. Good night and happy gaming.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.